Welcome back. In this video I will be walking you through the layer management. So we're talking about layers. So layer is a concept that allows grouping of drawn geometry in distinct and separate category according to similar features and some common themes. So the similar features could be the line type, the line weight, the line color, the color you put into your drawing. So, and most of the time we make use of layer when the drawing is complex, when it's a large drawing. So you'll be able to identify and recognize various parts of the drawing, because there are some parts that will take some similar features, and there is need for you to be able to identify them. So this is a drawing. This is like a house plan, right? So this house plan has various components. That's various components, and each of the components have to be on layer so that it will be easy to identify each of the components. So there's what we call the layer properties. So if I should click here, then I will have a box, the layer management box that comes up. So here are where we are going to set all the properties attached to the various layers that will be created. So if you look at this current drawing, I have quite a large numbers of layers that is in this drawing, right? And let's just look at it. So we have serial number, then name. So name is, you are going to name your layer according to what appeal to you, what you can quickly use to identify them. So on, freeze, lock are the properties that we will be talking about in layers, because they have functions that they perform, and they are here to help you to be able to maneuver around your drawing. You'll be able to navigate around your drawing with ease without one or two components disrupting one another. Then we have some properties like color for you to identify various aspects of the drawing, line type, line weight, and so on. Now, coming down here is to create a new layer. If you want to create a new layer, if you want to freeze a viewport, to frozen a new viewport, then to delete a layer, and to make a layer a current layer. Now if we look at this drawing, our current layer is currently the default layer. So for every file in Autocad, it has a default layer, which if you come to check here, this is it here, right? That's the default layer that we have, and this green mark is making us to know that, oh, this is the current layer. So for instance, if I want to make this a current layer, I'll click here and I'll click this. So this is currently a current layer, my annotated layer. Then I can go back, and now for the delete, you can now actually delete some layer. For instance, if I want to delete this, it's going to tell me that no, I can't delete this, because these are the layers I can't delete: the default layer, the current layer that are currently working now, the layer containing objects, and external reference dependent layer, right? You can actually delete them. Now let us just quickly look at one or two things on this drawing. So for my dimension line, if I should highlight, currently this is telling me that I'm currently on a default layer. So if I should highlight this, right, now it has changed. Yeah, now it's telling me that this layer that I selected is an annotated dimension layer. That's what it's saying now, right? So let's highlight something else. If I shall highlight this hatch, Now this is also on another layer, right? If I should come here, it's telling me that wall part another layer, right? Escape key to move out. Now I also have my wall layer. You can see wall, my room tag layer as well, right? So all of these are built up just to make sure that we can actually identify each of them. Now let's quickly talk about some of these properties that are attached, right? So now if I should, we have my on, off, freeze, isolate, lock, right? And I have the opposite of them. So where we have the on, we have off. Where we have isolate, we have unisolate, freeze, door, lock, and unlock, right? Now if I should pull off a layer, it will put off everything, right? Then I can use it to put it on back. If I should isolate a layer, any objects around what I isolate will be gone. So if I should do this and enter, so every other thing will be gone. Then I can unisolate. Then freeze rather. So if I freeze a layer, most of the time a frozen layer are always regenerated, while on and off are not always regenerated. I'll thaw it, and we can lock a layer. So if I lock, then you still see a reflection of it, but it is faded, and the padlock is telling us that, oh, this has been locked, but still you cannot make any modification on it. It has been locked, so you can only see a reflection on it, but you can't actually do anything on it. So I can unlock it as well, select. So all this will help us to be able to, work well. So for instance, if I want to work on this, right, and I'm finding it difficult to have access to this, so I can just put off this layer. Then I'll be able to work on that part alone, right? So I put it on back. So that is one of the essence of we having layer. Or I can actually decide to lock this, then I'll be able to work on this. I'll be able to work on the other part of the drawing that is close to it. Then I can unlock, right? Now, so that is that. And if I come down here, I can actually use the on and off and lock for each of this layer. I can use them here. So for instance, if I should go to my wall and put it off, you see wall is gone, and I can put it on back, and so on. Now let's quickly look at this. If I come to my layout one, to have access to this, I'm going to double click. Right now I want to freeze a layer. So if I should freeze this room, now I've frozen this, right? Let me go to my model space. You can see that I'm still having it here. I'm still having my room tag here, but the room tag are not here. The layer for the room tag is not here any longer, but it's here. So this is one of the difference between when you freeze a layer and when you put it on. So I'm going to thaw it, and to do that I can just come here and look for it. Then I think this is it. Then now it's back. Right now let us look at on and off. So if I should put off this layer here and I come to my model space, you can see it is gone here as well. So this is one of the difference between freezing a layer and putting it off. So on my on various layout viewports that you freeze a layer, it doesn't affect it every other place. It's just particular to that point. But if you put it on or off, it will affect it in any other place, right? So that is that. I'm going to double click outside. Now let's look at how we can create a layer. So to do that, we'll be going back to our project. So yeah, we're going to create layer. So now to do this, I'm just going to click this to create new layer. So we'll be calling this dimension. So you can give it a color. So probably use something like this, depending on whatever appeals to you. So for dimension, I'll create a new one for arch. Then now you can see that this takes the color of the previous one, so I'm going to come and change this and give it another color depending on pick on the color. So I'll pick this. So now let's just limit it to those two for now. So I can come down here and make one, like I can come here and decide to make this my current layer first. Then after making that my current layer, I can come and use my arch, right, and just put it there, right? I can do it that way, and I can actually use even my default layer to still work. I'll put this there, put it there. By the time I'm done, so then I can select it and come down here and say, oh, I want it to take the property of this. Then I can change it. So you see that, right? Then for dimension, I can still come and make this my current layer, right? Then pick up my dimension tools and start dimensioning. So we have this. Now we can still create one more layer for the leader. So create one more. So I want to take the same color. I think this is radius of right. So we have something like this, right? Now, so I'm sure you can now work with a layer, right? So you can create a layer for the main object as well, create a layer for it. So this is just how layer work and how you can work with it, right? So thank you for watching this video.